What is up, everybody? This is Omega Belmont and welcome to a first look for a game called Dead by Daylight on the PlayStation 4. Yes, Dead by Daylight is finally out on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game has been in development and it's actually out on PC for almost about a year now, so it's been a while, and it's finally out now. Developed by Behavior Interactive, I think that's what the name is called. But like I said, I was actually pretty excited for Friday the 13th, and then I saw the price on that, which was $39, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna wait on it. And then of course, Dead by Daylight is like, hey, this game is coming out soon too. So, and now I'm looking at the game and it's only about $29 on the PSN Network store. But if you're like, if you're one of those Amazon Prime or the Best Buy rewards thingamajiggy they have, you get the 20% off, and you know what, 25 bucks isn't bad, and so far I'm having fun with the game. But before I get into it, the game is literally a 4v1 or a 1v4, I guess, type of gameplay. One person is a killer, is what they call it, and then you have four characters that are survivors. So the game is pretty much depends on what you want to do, but I'll talk about being a survivor first, and then I'll talk about being a killer next. So being a survivor, you got like I want to say about 7 or 8 characters you can pick from. Each have their own kind of stats and things like that. You could buy, you could, before you get into a match, you can customize their looks and all that. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't even know that was in the game. I thought it was just pretty much pick your character and go. So being able to customize your character looks pretty cool. Give your own flavor to the character, your own, and I think that's pretty cool. And then once you get into the game, your job as the survivor is to try to survive as long as you can and leave the area, so before the killer gets to you. And then by doing that, you have to kind of walk around this big old map that has these generators that you have to start, and you have to start them. And of course, when you start them, it fills up a little small bar on the bottom, and it fills up and it fills up and it fills up, and it's slowly filling up too. I think it's faster if you have more people doing it, but in this gameplay, you can see myself doing it by myself. And so you fix these generators, and then you fix them as you go. And then of course these generators will have things that, the L1 that pops up, and if you do it right, of course it goes up a little bit higher. But if you do it wrong, it zaps, and then it pretty much shows you the monster where you are. So you gotta be careful with that. So if you hit it right, you get a thumbs up for that. If you don't, then you have to, you get this character animation where he or she kind of like jumps away from the generator, and then you go back to doing it, and it just makes this big old spark. Other than that, that's pretty much what the gameplay is. Kind of like just hide and restart generators. When they give chase to you, the killer gives chase to you, you have to pretty much run around, throw pallets in front of them and try to stop them as quickly as you can. They can go through it and things like that. Vault over little windows and things like that, and pretty much hide. And it's a pretty thrilling game. I hate horror games. Not movies, but just games themselves. I love horror movies, but games just doesn't roll with me. And this was pretty freaky, because these are not just AI characters that are running against you. These are real other people. So if they're good, oh my gosh, there's so many times where this character, the killer that was playing, he or she can pretty much set up these little like decoy killers, and you'll be running, and then you'll be next to a generator, and that decoy just pops up and it screams at you. That's the first time I saw that. It scared the crap out of me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and I was shaking pretty much the whole time. So being a survivor is pretty cool. So far with killers, so killers pretty much the same deal too. It's pretty much you do the same thing, and it's pretty cool how this game sets you up as a do you want to be a survivor or do you want to be a killer? And then in the main menu you set yourself up as that, so you get to pick a killer or a survivor, and that's pretty cool. And this is not just, hey, everybody joins a lobby and then it just randomly picks you. So I think that's freaking awesome that it does that. So with killers, same thing. You get your whole set of characters. I think there's like 6 or 7 of them too, or 5 or 6 or something like that. So in each character, each killer has their own abilities and things like that. I went with I forgot what his name was, but he was pretty much this guy with an axe, and he could cloak himself. And to uncloak yourself, you hit like a gong, and I bet you that's pretty freaky if you're a survivor. But it does slow you down a bit, so when you hit that gong, you know, people will just kind of get up and run away. Usually I wait until I'm next to them and they hit it, and then chase them while they're running away. He uses the axe. When he axes you, he kind of like does a weird animation where he like wipes the blood or something off his blade. I don't know what he does, but as you're a killer, you try to stop them from starting the generators, and you actually see all the generators, and they're all red. And then when they're getting worked on by survivors, it turns orange, and then when it's up, it disappears. So your job is to stop them. And of course, in the video here, you probably won't see me, but I actually lost because I think I only killed one person. It's pretty tough to play, as I like to say. It's hard. When I'm playing it, I get all like jittery, like, oh my gosh, who am I? You know, you get these generators sitting off everywhere. You're like, which way should I go? So I get kind of caught up with that. But so far, like I said, playing is pretty cool. As a killer, you pretty much go around, slaughter people. It takes about 2 or 3 hits, depends on, I think just 2 hits for my character. It takes 2 hits to down them, and then you throw them onto a I don't know, like a pick, like the standing pick, and you just throw them onto it, and they struggle. So when they get, you know, caught, they kind of wiggle themselves out of it, and then it kind of bounces you left and right, so you're not always walking straight. They, you know, when they wiggle and things like that, and then when that happens, you throw them on the pick, and then, you know, they're struggling to get out. I don't know if you can leave. I usually just left, and that's probably what I failed at, because they actually got out, or somebody helped them out. So which sucks. But I think if you stand there, you should be able to like pretty much counter what, you know, if another person comes and tries to help the person out. And then I didn't say this about survivors, but survivors could heal each other too, so you gotta be careful with that. But so loving the game so far. When I was playing the game, I got into the match. It took a few times to get in, mostly as a survivor. It did a little bit for a killer too, but survivor I actually tried 3 times before I actually got in. Most of the time it was just like, hey, we're just waiting for one person. We're just waiting for one person. So pretty simple stuff like that. So far, when I got into the game, everything seemed to be all pretty good. It ran pretty smooth. I didn't have any hiccups or anything like that. A game just doesn't look that great, just because, you know, it's an older game. Of course, it's been through beta, alpha, and things like that. So, you know, it just doesn't look as sharp as I thought it would look. That'd be pretty cool. But the game itself, just atmospheric. Being a survivor, I literally could poop my pants at this moment when I was playing that, and I actually screamed too. I was like, when the monster came out, the killer came out with the decoy, it freaked the heck out of me, and I was like, ah. So anyways, like I said, you can get Dead by Daylight on the PlayStation Network store or Xbox Live store, whatever that store that is. But like I said, $29 if you're buying it digitally, or if you have the memberships, you can buy them on Amazon and Best Buy for about $25, which is not bad. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed my first look for Dead by Daylight. This is Omega Belmont. Peace out.